Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Chapter 5 of The Mandalorian, The Gunslinger. I marked out hard for this one. Holy crap, they just kept throwing stuff back at us and everything like that. Dude, count all the times that some cool reference in the Star Wars universe happens. Dude, Dave Filoni was on this one. So he was bringing out all the stops, and I would not be surprised if he brought out a whole bunch of characters eventually, from his run on the Clone Wars, Resistance, all that good stuff that he did. Check this out, man. First episode not written by Jon Favreau. Honestly, man, I'm just like, we should be in good hands, but like this is all based on what Favreau has done. I don't know. Nope, turns out this is one of the best episodes. So we in good hands if Favreau needs to move on and, greener pastures or something. No. Stay in the Star Wars universe, brother. Stay with us, please. Holy crap, this was great. Okay, took a couple of notes on my little post-it here, orange post-it. I'm on orange this month. Anyway, so this episode was called The Gunslinger. That opening scene where you see the little dogfight in space, we haven't seen enough of that, right? And here we haven't seen enough of that. And he wasn't exactly the greatest space fighter, but he did walk away. He did fly away, barely. That was awesome. That was totally awesome. Here's this dude flying in space, and like the thing that like he's flying behind him. He's got the perfect angle and all that stuff. He's doing the little spin. That always works in the movies. Whatever Anakin Skywalker said in Phantom Menace, that's always a cool trick. So he's spinning, he's shooting. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I mean, it's space after all. None of the rules of space seem to apply in here, but you get the gist. What do you call it? Mandalorian goes in like he hears the dude, the starfighter. He's like, I could bring you in cold, or I could bring you in warm, or I could bring you in cold. It's like, what? Mandalorian's like, oh, you son of a gun. Turns around, that's my line. One shot, boom, just blows her right out the freaking sky. Oh, that was sick. The scream that this dude made when he was being shot. It went on for way too long for in space, because, in space, no one can hear you scream. Look up where that one came from. If you know, you're just that much more awesome. Anyway, that was cool. I dug on that. That was a great way to start the episode. Instead, the typical slow down. Because let's face it, as much as I love the Mandalorian music, whatever that is, doom, doom, doom. Like, that's it. That's all it is. It's so legendary with me right now that, like, much like, when you hear dun 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 dun, it's like, oh, that's Superman. That's Richard Donner's Superman. Hells to the yes. You recognize it immediately, right? There are a couple little songs, a couple of opening themes, whatever, you recognize immediately. If I'm walking down the street and all of a sudden I hear dun 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 dun, I'm turning around like, I don't know why I'm acting like I can save myself. The Mandalorian's going to shoot me up. But I know that sound now. Like, it's so ingrained at this point. So having that high adrenaline scene at the beginning, right before you get the dun-dun, that felt really good. Suddenly I'm just like, hell to the yeah. Oh, let's do this, baby. Because I'm usually excited just to see the next episode dropped. I wait until 3 a.m. for this thing to show. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, he lands. Dude's got to get repairs because his left... what do you call it? Driver's side. His left thing is like the whatever, the exhaust. All right, the engine. It's all sorts of jacked up. It's barely even freaking moving. The right one ain't doing that much better. All right, this guy's ship is just jacked. The Razor Crest, it's jacked. So he has to land on the nearest planet. Lands on Tatooine. You mother fat heads. Ho, 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 you brilliant freaking legendary geniuses. Yeah, we in good hands with Dave Filoni. Oh my God. Homeboy landed on freaking Tatooine. Boo! I'm sitting here thinking, this needs to be a 10-parter right here. I just want to be on Tatooine the entire time. We only got the taste. This is a drug. The Mandalorian is a drug, and we got a taste. When we're already hooked, they gave us another taste of a new product. I'm like, yep. Dude, I'm going out to the beach. It's winter right now, and there's a lot of snow on the ground, my peeps. But anyway, you get the gist up here in freaking Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. There's a lot of snow on the ground. And no school days. That's weird for a Jersey boy. Anyway, so no, take a snow day at school. That doesn't happen here, man. That doesn't happen here. Anyhow, so I need to go to the beach. I need to get some sand, and I need to start playing with my toys. Y'all know what came out recently, right? Yeah, the heavy infantry Mandalorian. Yeah, he came out. It's got the backpack. I gotta get one of those. Well, I got one. Anyway, this came out. That is freaking awesome. So yeah, that just dropped like last week up here in Canada at least. So Toys R Us. I know you Jersey guys and all the Americans. You know, what I'm saying, all the guys in America. I'm American. I feel bad for you guys. I heard that Jersey at least is supposed to get a Toys R Us soon, like before Christmas. I hope it already opened. I hope the rest of the United States, because we deserve it. And I'm just saying, keep those grubby freaking corporate hands off it, because they did well beforehand. And I'm not going to make this too political. Former presidential candidate going in there, mother fathead, bankrupting my Toys R Us. How dare you? How dare you? Fortunately, Toys R Us in Canada was spared. I've got like 5 or 6 not too far away from, like a half an hour drive at worst around me. Sorry, the rest of you guys. I had my heavy infantry Mando like that, and there was a Black Friday sale and everything. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everybody in America, man. Hopefully you guys get your comeuppance really soon. Anyway, yeah, so he lands, and they're pit droids. There are like 3 pit droids sitting there. You'll remember these guys. These are Watto's droids, right? Was this Watto's place? Probably not. He's probably long since dead by then. This could have been. But either way, there were 3 pit droids there. You know, the ones where it's like, hit him in the nose, and all of a sudden, it crawls back in. That was awesome. Seeing there's this one girl there, Pele, I think her name was. What do you call it? I think that was Amy Sedaris. They said the names at the end. I'm like, okay, I know that name. It's like, I don't know, somebody famous. I don't know who. I don't watch too much TV. Mando's pretty much it for me. Anyway, I'm serious. I just don't watch that much TV. Comic books are my thing. So that was cool. You got like a couple of names up in here. Anyway, she shows up and she's like in charge of this spaceport landing pad / repair place. Freaking the Mando's just like, Pedro Pascal. He goes and shoots up the droid. He's like, back off. He's like, hey, you better not hurt my droids. You better keep your droids away from my ship. I love that they keep on doing little references here and there to the idea that he hates droids. I love that. You know what's funny is he's one of the few people who still hates droids. I'm going to get more on that in a hot minute. He's just like, listen, I need you to fix up my ship, and I need you to, keep the place here and whatnot. No droids working on my ship. I don't have money now. I've got 500 Imperial credits. I bet he wishes he took those freaking Imperial credits he got before, right? It's funny how back in the Phantom Menace, they wouldn't take Republic credits, but nowadays they'll take the Imperial credits. That did not get lost on me. Especially considering the fact that we finally get to see that scene that we've been seeing for a while now. When he goes out to look for a bounty, and I'm used to my old days of playing Star Wars Galaxies, where I'm just like, oh, you're a bounty hunter. Go out and look for the freaking bounty hunter terminal. You know what I'm saying? You will find yourself, and try and find one of those Jedi ones, because that's where the real money is, brah. Anyway, huge shout out to my fellow former Star Wars Galaxy players, because that was the greatest game ever made. MMO, RPG, freaking awesome. Anyway, so what happens now? He's walking through Mos Eisley, and he sees the helmets, the stormtrooper helmets on the pikes. And like, that's a famous scene that we see in like the opening credits and all that stuff, and the pictures that they've been showing about that. And it's like, oh, it's about damn time we see that. But he's going to go into a cantina. Y'all recognize that cantina? I barely did. It was the Mos Eisley cantina, though. That's the Mos Eisley cantina. There's still a little bit of blood on the... There was, I didn't see it, but there might still be a little bit of blood on the floor when Obi-Wan decided to cut that one dude's arm off. I'm just saying, he was messing with Luke. We're wanted in 11 parsecs or sectors or something like that. I'll be careful. You'll be dead, and your buddy will be armless. I'm just saying. So, I hardly recognized it. Why? Because there's a droid at the counter. You remember back during the original episodes, hey, your droids, they're not welcome here. They'll have to wait outside. Yeah, but there's a droid actually in charge of the place, like behind the bar. And there's a droid going in there, one of those little, I just got this on sale at Amazon.com. I'm just saying, so I finally got an R2, even though he's dirty. I got this this one. It kind of looks like the, what the heck is the other one's name? The evil one? Anyway, it's R2X2. But there's an R5 unit. Look, and that's what was actually there. Remember, it's like, this droid is busted. You know, Uncle Owen. Anyway, so that was, and he's like walking around. He's like, you know, rolling around. He's serving. Wow, the place is like fully automated. But when he's in there, he winds up meeting this cat. This one dude, Toro Calican. Calican sounds like calico. I did just call him a cat. Anyway, so this dude's in there, and I love this guy. I'm sad that he's dead. I'm genuinely sad that he's dead. You know, there's a spoilers review, right? Anyway, this dude would have been pretty awesome seeing him trying to come up. You know, I mean, he was going against the Mando, but the Mando's still not that damned experienced. You know what I'm saying? He's not that incredibly badass. He's amazing, but he's still got his flaws. And I don't want to watch a perfect character walking around kicking everybody's ass. So I'm happy that he's, just a little flawed. Anyway, yeah, this dude, he's just like, listen, I need your help. Here's this fob. He breaks the fob because he's got the thing memorized. Well, then how do you track it, though, if you broke the fob? That's okay. The man don't wind up figuring something out. He's like that. He goes walking up and he sees this, or he's just like, hey, listen, I need you to, help me out. You can keep the money, all right? But I'm trying to get into the guild, all right? He tries acting like he knows what's up. Meanwhile, the Mando's like, well, then this guy's going to be coming after me because I'm probably a bigger target right now than the target he's looking for. And who's the target he's looking for? Fennec Shan. God, I love that name. The Mando's like, listen, this is an assassin of, like, the highest caliber. Do I have the toy here? I don't think I have the toy here. I think I already opened them and put them to the side. But anyway, yeah, I think I already opened all of my Inquisitors. But this looks like an Inquisitor character. The Sith Inquisitors, they're not really Sith, but you get what I'm saying. The Inquisitor sister, those toys came out about the same time as all these did. There were 2 waves that came out quick, and this was an earlier wave. You see number 94. I think this was like 99 or 102 or something like that. Whatever it was one of those. Anyhow, it looked like the armor that she was wearing when she was sniping. It looked like that. So maybe she was a former Sith Inquisitor, which ho ho ho. The Inquisitor sisters. That would be epic, truly epic. Played by Ming-Na Wen. Oh my God. Okay, so now get this straight. I don't know how many other, somebody in the chat below, please smarten me up. Let me know. Did this ever happen with any other character out there? Any other actor, actress? All right. Did this ever happen before? Ming-Na Wen was in this Star Wars episode. Meanwhile, she was also the original captain of Star Trek Discovery. She's in about as many episodes on Star Trek and Star Wars. Holy crap, she was in both? Was there anybody else who was like that? Like, I almost expect to see William Shatner walking up right now talking about Star Day. Oh, wrong show. Hey, Mando, how you doing? Oh my God, I would mark out. But like, that's almost what it's like at this point because that was sick. That was sick. And how does this woman never age? She looks the same as when she was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Oh my God, it's still gorgeous. In fact, she looks younger. Nah, man, they use the CGI or something like that. Nobody's immortal like that. But she might be. I bet you Chow Yun-Fat ain't that young looking anymore. But what do I know? Dude, this woman is freaking ageless. She is flawless. Oh my God. That's all I got to say. Oh my God. Okay, anyway. So I love the idea that she was an assassin. I always feel like she would be like, no, actually, I kill assassins who steal the green destiny. So anyway, can you tell I was really excited over this episode? They got Banthas in there and the Sand People, all right, the Tusken Raiders. If you guys don't know, look up why they're called the Tusken Raiders. I love that story. Like, that is amazing to me. I just don't want to get into all that stuff here. What do you call it? He's just like, oh, well, they better not come up here and mess with me. Yeah, why don't you tell them yourself? He turns around, there's two sand people right there. They come up as emissaries. I love this. And they've got to deal with each other. Okay, first time ever, they actually act, or they actually show that they're able to communicate. But how do they communicate? With sign language. Look, my sign language is rusty as a mother fat head, all right? So I can't tell if that's actual sign language that they're using, or if it's, instead of ASL, American Sign Language, maybe that's like TSL, Tatooine Sign Language. I don't know. But that is cool. They speak through sign language. Holy crap. Holy crap. They also communicate really far and well. Hey, I'll give you this bounty. Go and watch the episodes. You saw it was the binoculars. I'll give you this, gift, whatever, this payment. Let me cross across your dunes. Did they spread that message out? Do they have some other form of communication they can get that out? Or is it just with them alone that they're okay? Either way, whatever it is, that is freaking awesome. I loved that. I want to reference back to the original. Do I have it available? I should have thought about this in advance. I have the Star Wars novel, not the original one that I had. I have a different one. Anyway, the Phantom Menace, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, they had novels came out. I think it was Terry Brooks who wrote the first one. I don't remember who wrote the other ones. Wrote this one. And it had like 4 covers on it. I had the Darth Maul one, of course, because I thought, this is epic. This was and it came out like a week before the movie came out. So yeah, and nobody does it anymore, which is a shame. But I read this novel before it came out. I bought it in hardcover. I've got a new one in hardcover. Yeah, bang. And this was it was amazing. There were only like 2 scenes in there that were different from the movie. I should say extended from the movie, which I'm highly disappointed that they don't have in the movie, at least as an extra scene, because it would have helped the Attack of the Clones, the episode 2, so much more. Anyway, when you read that, one of those 2 extra scenes that happens, and it's like right in the beginning of the book. Go out and find it at your dollar store or your local bookstore for $1, whatever. Go and grab this. The scene is amazing. A young Anakin Skywalker getting lost in the desert somehow, and I'm going to have to go back and read it to remember exactly how it happened, and some sand people finding him, the Tusken Raiders finding him, and they have like a kinship with him, and they wind up working out an understanding with each other. He's just a kid, but that happens. Now match that up, pair that up with his murder of the entire Tusken village. Yeah, suddenly that has a lot more meaning. Go and buy that freaking book, man, and then read it, and you'll see the scene that I'm talking about. It's amazing. It's amazing. It was my favorite part from the book, and then I see the movie, and I was so disappointed it wasn't in there. Anyhow, what do you call it? So yeah, that happened. So they're moving across, and they see a dewback out there. I actually have a dewback toy, but it's in the bedroom, and wife is sleeping. So anyway, there's a dewback out there, and there's a guy being dragged on there. You can see right, like when he goes up to her, you're thinking, oh no, it's her, and she's gonna turn around like boom, like this. But no, you can see the little scruff of the beard growing, past the mask that this dude is wearing. So I'm like, okay, I knew it. It's going to be something else. She's off in the distance with a sniper rifle. Yup. Yup. Too bad they got rid of their binoculars. They could have maybe taken a look to see what's up. Do you see like a sniper scope someplace around? Do you see that little glint somewhere around? But, there are 2 suns, so maybe there's a chance that one of the suns might be pointed in that direction, but she's probably smart enough to keep that thing covered until she's ready for the shot. Anyway, too much time in the military for me. So anyway, yes, she was sniping, and he had a plan for that. He got shot right in the Beskar. That's the armor that he's wearing, the new armor, which is now once again busted up. Got a big heart shot right there. Oh man, but he was shot twice from behind also. His armor's already all sorts of ugly and messed up again. That's cool. He needs that. Because if it still keeps on looking shiny new, it's going to draw a lot of attention. You remember that episode, right? 2 episodes ago. So now it won't draw nearly as much attention, hopefully. Anyhow, it doesn't look as bad as Boba Fett's armor, which I was shocked. I just noticed last week, I'm looking up Jango Fett and Boba Fett. Turns out that they're not Mandalorians anymore. Oh man, in the original, idea for these guys, they were supposed to be Mandalorians. George Lucas apparently directed that one episode of the Clone Wars or whatever, where he pointed out that no, the Jango Fett was never a Mandalorian. He didn't even secede from the group. He was never a Mandalorian. He stole that armor, so therefore Boba Fett was never a Mandalorian. Wow, that kind of breaks my heart just a little bit, but I guess it makes it easier to digest the idea that they both died in such a pathetic way. Anyway, let's move on. So they're able to eventually overtake Shannik. What's her name? Fennec Shan. See how I combined the two names? Wow. So that was cool. Turns out that she wasn't as important to the series as we would have expected because, holy crap, but I guess she's got other commitments. She doesn't want to tie herself to a single episode or to a TV series. She's got too much, she's a high money maker, right? So it is what it is. Anyhow, what do you call it? We see that thing to the sniper sights and whatnot. We see the one kid. They were supposed to do it in shifts. Like, I'll do one, then you do one. I'll do one, you do one. No, it was more like I do one. Okay, dumb kid, you do one. Then he did another one and he messed up on it. That's the reason why the Mando got shot in the first place, because the kid screwed up twice. He screwed up twice. Not just he missed the shot. The Mando was supposed to go next. So yeah, that's messed up. That was doubly messed up. And then he winds up betraying him also. Man, you jackass. We also see the scene where the baby comes out. Here's one of the things where the Mando does something really stupid. He leaves the baby on there, whatever, doesn't tie him up, wouldn't help. Use the Force, Yiddle. It's Yiddle. His name is Yiddle. Yiddle goes and makes a noise in there, and what's her name? Pele. She's the person doing the repairs on the ship. Holy crap! She's playing she's probably playing sabacc. All right. I don't remember if they actually said the word or not, but she's probably playing sabacc with the other droids there, which would be freaking epic. She hears a noise up there, and what's that noise sound like? It sounds like Obi-Wan's noise when he scared off the Tusken Raiders. I love this episode, man. So it turns out it's just baby Yiddle. It's like, oh, what is this thing? She keeps on calling it. Well, it's good that she didn't check. Anyway, so yeah, this was just awesome. The problem is the Mandalorian did a stupid move. He allows her to come outside with the kid. This Tatooine is a place of villainy and scum and scum and villainy, whatever. I forget how the term is. A den of scum and villainy. Anyway, so of course when the guy looks at the kid, he right away remembers, oh, a child. They're calling it the child. It's Yiddle. Screw you. Did you also see the 11-inch plush that you can pre-order it now? Should be coming out in March everywhere. February here in Toys R Us. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. Anyway, so and the box is shaped like the freaking stroller, which is exactly what I was hoping for. And then there's going to be two different versions of a bobblehead. The Funko Pops. So awesome. So I already pre-ordered mine. So anyway, what happens? What have you? They have the later on when Fennec Shan goes and says to this dumb kid, Toro Calican, it's like, I'm not the real prize. That armor alone is worth forever. That's going to boost your reputation to legendary levels. Plus, bringing him back will definitely get you in the guild. You can, bring me off and get me on my way. I can go up in Mos Espa and I can do my thing. I think Mos Espa is the capital of Tatooine. I think that's like the capital city. Tatooine is what do you call it, of Tatooine? Mos Eisley is not actually the capital. I think Mos Espa is. Anyway, I'm surprised I didn't mention Anchorhead at any moment. So anyway, they go off and they do their thing, and he shoots her and kills her, which is like, dude, that's pathetic. You could have just knocked her unconscious, brought her back, did your thing, and freaking had her also. Now you got both bounty. Wow, this kid is dumb. This kid is dumb. And I was expecting that he was actually a lot smarter than he really was. Because when he's like, been there long enough, that should have clued me in, but I don't trust anybody. I don't like when I'm in game mode, I trust no one. So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, oh, he knows that he's a big target also. And he's just tricking him into getting him. Turns out she was actually there. He's going to turn around and betray him and be like, I got you now also, Mando. Because there's no way the Mandalorian can get this bounty for him. There's no way that he could do that, Mind you, he finds his own fob on the body of the other dude. But there's no way that he could bring it back. Now, the kid doesn't know that, but there's no way he could bring it back to the Bounty Hunters Guild because, duh, you know what I'm saying? But she knew. She knew that he made that mistake. She knew that he was the Mando that screwed over the Bounty Hunters Guild. They mentioned the name of the place, Navarrock. I didn't actually write it down. That was dumb. Anyway, I think it's Navarro. I think that was the name of the planet. So, wow. Okay. Yeah, at the end of this, man, the whole thing was just a hot mess. I was expecting Yiddle was going to get hurt, but I'm thinking to myself, maybe he'll use the Force. He apparently did, so that he doesn't get hurt. I love that Pele goes and says, you're smarter than you look. Mandos don't look smart? What are you talking about? All of it was awesome. I actually expected him to be like, okay, yeah, sure, and not use another one of those little things. Whatever, it works too. But he could have used the whistling birds. He only used 4 of them, right? The one Mando who did the armor repair, I need that toy. I need the female Mando toy. She said to him, use them sparingly. I hope he didn't use them all. Anyway, the whistling birds, he could have used one of those on the guy. But what I was actually expecting is that he was waiting because he can still fire that flamethrower even though he's bound, I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be cool if he would have, the kid, Toro, would have put down the child, Yiddle, and then he's just like, because we all love that stupid freaking flamethrower. All right? There's nobody who's not like, dude, that thing is stupid. No, those people don't exist. And if they do, you need to be beaten, dragged down into a freaking basement, and beaten again. I'm just saying, because that freaking flamethrower is epic. All right? Like, just look at the modification I did to my Jango Fett over here. Oh, man. Look at that. This is actually from the Marvel Legends. No, the Marvel Select. The Marvel Select Storm character. She's got the danger thing and this thing. And I just, you can see I just put a little metal fishing wire around it. And I've got him actually firing the freaking flame because that is epic. That is epic. Got to get me one of those. Take his. And yeah, the helmet actually comes off on him. I have it welted on there. Anyway, so yeah, that thing is awesome. I love that freaking flamethrower, and I would not have minded to see it again. I don't think you can outplay that thing. You don't want to use it every episode, but this would have been a good episode to do it. Either way, this was sick. Now here's the thing about the end of this. Somebody else has one of those tracking fobs and comes up and sees the body of Fennec Shan. All right. Now, it did kind of look like the Mando. Could this have actually been the heavy infantryman? Could this have been one of the other Mandos? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I do know that this was interesting. Maybe this is the gunslinger that this episode is talking about. This episode was called The Gunslinger, if you remember. So when this dude shows up, it looks like it could very well be. Like, I'm looking at the feet of the thing. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the feet down there. I'm not opening my my thing yet. I still haven't done my toy review on my other channel, CBU Toys. I haven't been doing a lot on that channel at all, but I'm too busy with this one. But it kind of looks like it could be. So anyway, yeah, somebody shows up, and it's got the little jangle, little, that little clicking noise, that like keys. Like you ever hear janitors, your school custodian back in high school, they walk and it's got like the million keys, the keys to the freaking Freddy Krueger boiler room and all that stuff. All that, what I'm saying? You hear the keys kind of sound. Maybe it sounds like spurs. I think that's supposed to be spurs on cowboys back in the day. That's what you hear jingling. Anyway, you hear that as he goes walking up to the body of Fennec Shan. Okay, this must be the Gunslinger, because this is the episode that we're being introduced to this person who's tracking all of these people and finding out what the hell exactly is going on. Okay, I'm down with that. I am down with that. So I don't know who this character actually is. It's got a cape. Maybe it's actually the Mandalorian going back to that body. Maybe he just landed, and that would be dangerous to land your freaking ship out in the sand dunes like that, but maybe. Anyway, yeah, somebody goes out there and sees that body, makes that jingling noise. That's weird. So somebody's coming after the Mandalorian. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? The suspense is killing me. And that's what I love about this TV show. I'm glad there's actually going to be instead of just the running theme of, I got to walk around, I got to try and get money to fix my ship and to do this and just to survive and get bone soup for my kid, the Yiddle, his name is Yiddle, all that good stuff. But there's actually going to be something else leading up to this. That's awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for in a TV show. One of my favorite TV shows is a show called Burn Notice. There was only like 6 seasons. Stupid me, I'm just now remembering I never saw the final season because I was in Saudi Arabia at the time. You don't get a whole lot of new American TV shows out there, just saying. Anyway, I loved that TV show, and it was about this guy who was in the CIA and he was burned. He was kicked out of the CIA in the middle of a mission. That all happens in the pilot episode. Watch that pilot episode, you're hooked. Done. Burn Notice is one of my favorite TV shows. And there was the running theme of the behind the scenes, and pretty much every episode there would be like a minute or two devoted to him trying to find out who burned him. Once he found that out, why. Once he found out, getting back at the people, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But each episode was much like this. I've got a mission to do because I got to put food on the table, specifically yogurt, because that dude was all about and freaking Bruce Campbell was in that TV show. So there's no reason for you to not watch that TV show if you never watched that. It was back on USA back in the day. Anyhow, Burn Notice. I need this to be a lot like Burn Notice because we're already that close to being just like it. I need to see the running theme where a minute, 30 seconds, something is devoted to a running theme on the show besides the typical, let's just keep on watching this. If they do that, this becomes the best show in the history of creation as far as I'm concerned. As a Star Wars fan, I will shoot first at whoever's got an argument with that, all right? This was an amazing episode. That's the only thing I'm really asking to make this show just a little bit better. But they're taking care of us with the merch, and realistically, that means we're taking care of them also. But they're taking care of us with the merch. I love that. Guys, best show on TV. Says a guy who doesn't watch a lot of TV, so take it for what it's worth, but I love this show. And with that, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.